Hi, George here, and here's how to make custom Minecraft random textures. We'll be adding Minecraft random textures to a block. We'll be changing this block here as andesite, and that's what I used on my tower right there. So we'll be changing all of that. And let's see how this can work. Right now, this is the normal texture pack. Let me load in the custom texture pack. Go here to Escape and Options and Resource Packs. And then right down here someplace, here we go, Random Andesite. That's my new pack here. Let's bring this one in. Top of the stack, choose Done. It's going to reload that pack. Choose Done again and back to game. And there we go. We've now randomized those textures with random colors. Now in this project, I'm going to do this more subtly. I mean, this is just kind of garish and wild. And I did that just for this one shot. So you can see how it actually does randomize the textures. It's real obvious to see here. So we'll end up with a tower that is kind of brownish, grayish with just some slight variations. It will look real nice. Okay, set this back to the default settings. Just put that back there again, choose Done, and Done again, back to game. If you like this kind of video, let me know by clicking on that thanks button right below the video, bottom right-hand corner, and that'll help me do more of these customizing videos. So the first thing we need is our new texture files. And for that, let's get the jar file for our version of Minecraft. And for that, let's switch over to the desktop. We'll be building our texture pack in a new folder. I made one here. It's called a pack on my C drive. Just make any folder, call it whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Just a new place to work in. I also have a new custom pack.png file. If you want to find how I made this particular one, I'll put the link for this in the description. But you can use any image you want for your pack PNG. It's either 128 by 128 or 256 by 256, and it's a PNG file. All that is. If you want to use the default one, I'll show you where that is once we get the vanilla resource pack in here. Now to get in the vanilla resource pack, let's open up the Minecraft launcher, which is right here, and then go up to Installations and Latest Release, and click on that folder icon right there. This brings up the Minecraft folder. And in here, let's get that out of the way. Scroll down, and you'll find a versions folder. Go in the versions folder, and then look for your current version of Minecraft. Right now, I'm in 1.19.4. So let me just find that, and it's right here, 1.19.4. Now you'll see a few of these in here, 1.19.4 pre. Ignore all those things. Just go for the one that just says the latest version right here without anything additional after that. That's the one you want. Let's open this one up, and you should see two files in here, a .jar file and a .json file. You may see two files with nothing after it, or just one file. If you see just one file, it's going to be the JSON. If that's the case, then you have to open up Minecraft up to the title screen, because that's when the jar file is downloaded. Okay, so we have our two files. If you don't see the extension on there, this is very important to see that. I'm in Windows 11, go up to View, come down to Show, and go over here to File Name Extensions and put a check mark right there. You'll then see these extensions. If you're on Windows 10, just go up to the top of the window up here, and click on View, and then put a check mark next to File Name Extensions. It's over on the right-hand side. Okay, so we have all that. Now you want to copy this. Don't move it, just copy it. And I'll do that by right-dragging over here and copy. It's very important to copy and not move, because if you move it, it's then going to be gone from here, and you'll have to let Minecraft re-download that. It's a big hassle. It's just easier just to copy it over, so make sure you just copy. Okay, we can close this down. Now this particular .jar file is actually just a zip file with a different extension name on it. If you just click into it once and then a second time, click just after the jar, and then back up on this and type in zip and choose yes. So we're just changing the .jar to a .zip, and that lets it show as a regular zip folder. Okay, so now go inside of this, and I'll be right-clicking on this, and I'll choose Open in New Window right here. And that gives us a nice floating window like that, which makes it very easy. Okay, first off, let me show you where you can get the default pack PNG, which is this thing right here. And that's right on this first place you land on. Scroll way down, and it's right there. So if you want to use this one, just drag it over here to use that. Okay, let's now go back to the top again. Inside of Assets, inside of Minecraft, there's a bunch of folders in here. We'll need to be doing some stuff with these different folders. We'll talk about that in just a second, but let's first get the basic texture file that we need. So come down to Textures right here. Open this up. We're working with a block texture, and we're going to be changing that andesite. Now it's a polished andesite, so I'll scroll down. For whatever reason, polished comes first instead of andesite. I would arrange these as andesite polished, andesite chiseled, like that's they're all in the same spot, but they didn't do it that way. So let's come way down here to the polished section right here, and here's our polished andesite. Copy that over, There we go. That's our basic texture for this whole project. Okay, now we need to build some folders. So let's go back up here to the top, and I'll back up to the Minecraft folder right here. Now we need a blockstates folder. Inside of here are a lot of these files that control how the blocks work. We'll get back to that in just a second, but let's first make the folder for this. And go back over here. I'm going to change my positions here. Let's put this one up like that so you can see that path right here. And I'll go inside of that one. There's the full path. We need this set of folders up here. Okay, so we're back in here again and go up to New, Folder. First one is Assets. And then inside of Assets, a new folder. This one is Minecraft. Inside of Minecraft, a new folder. And this one is blockstates. There we go. Okay, inside of this one, we'll be putting our first JSON file. And that's back over here again. We're in blockstates. And then here we want to find that polished andesite. So again, it's way down and right there, polished andesite. You want to have this one. Now we're inside the zip file, so you can just drag and drop this over here. Okay, that's one of the files we need. So now go back here one step to the Minecraft folder. Do the same thing up here in the zip file. This is our zip file up here. The next one you want to go into is models. Let's go inside of models and then inside of block. And we need to have those folders over here. So let's make those. New folder, models. Inside of this one, new folder, and this one is block. We're in Minecraft models, block. Same thing in the zip file, Minecraft models, block. Once again, find that polished andesite file. We'll scroll way down in here. And here we go, polished andesite JSON. This is different from the last one we did. So drag that over here. We have that one copied. Okay, that takes care of where our JSON files are. Let's now come back to Minecraft. And then same thing up here in the zip file. And then go into our textures and into block. This is where we got that block file from, our texture file from. We need to have these folders up here as well. So let's go ahead, we'll make these folders. New, first one is textures. Inside of here, new folder and block. And inside of this folder, this is where our new textures are going to be sitting. Okay, so just close that zip file. We're done with that. So inside the Minecraft folder, you should have 3 folders, blockstates, models, and textures. Inside of blockstates, you'll have the polished andesite from that folder in the zip file. Inside of models, you'll have a block folder. Inside of that block folder, you'll have the polished andesite JSON from that folder inside the zip file. And then inside of textures, you have a block folder. And inside here is where our textures go. Okay, so we have all of that stuff set to go. So now back up here to our pack folder, and everything is inside that assets. And we're now going to take this, the polished andesite, and make some changes to this so that we have several different files for this. Now, you can do this in any graphics program that you want. It doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead. I'll be using Pixlr. I have the inexpensive access to this when we use that Pixlr program. Let's bring that up. And that's right here. And you see, here's my account right there. If you use this without having an account, you can only do 3 downloads a day. So you can still do the same project with the free version. It's just going to take you 2 days to get your graphics files, your image files. If you don't mind spending $8 for the whole year for access to unlimited downloads, I recommend doing that. This is a great program. And we'll do that by going over here where it says Start Photo Editing right here. Now you want to go in here to Open Image and then find your image. There it is, the polished andesite, PNG. Choose Open. Into the real small files, I use the zoom tool here, magnifying glass, to zoom in on this. If you want to change your textures, I recommend going to a larger file size. And the way you do that in this program is go up here to Page, come down to Smart Resize, and where it says Smoothing, uncheck that one. Where it says Avoid Stretching, check that one, and then change your file size right up here. I'm going to go ahead and do this just so you see how it's done. Normally, if you just double this number, that's good enough for most uses, gives you a lot more detail, and that would be 32 by 32. If you go 64 by 64, you're almost getting into photorealistic. Now, I only do this doubling, 1616 to 3232 to 6464, so that there's always an even number in there so that when this is being expanded, you don't have any strange fuzziness happening. It keeps everything real nice and sharp and clean. We'll just go with 32 by 32, choose Apply. Let's just back out, do minus, and back it a little bit like that. Now we're going to be taking this and doing 5 variations. The first one is our base image, which is this gray one. We'll then do 5 variations on that. So we need to have 6 files total. This is our first one right here. Now I'm not logged in on this, so this is going to be downloading it with a free version. Let me show you this first just so you see what that looks like. Come down here to the download button, which is right here, the save button. And here we want to have this PNG. Transparency doesn't matter right now. I'll leave that as is. Choose Save As. You should be in the same folder. Just navigate to your folder. And I'll be putting a 0 in this right after andesite. Put a 0 right there and choose Save. That's our first coloration. Now again, I'm not logged in. As you can see, that's one of my free daily downloads in here. And this project takes 6, so if you're using it on the free version, it's going to take you 2 days to do these images. I have my paid account, so I'll be switching over to that right now. Okay, I'm now logged into my account, and we're going to be changing our color here just in simple steps from a gray up to kind of a tan color. So let's go up to Adjustment, come down here to Temperature and Tint. And if I take this here and take our slider control and move this to the right, notice how it goes yellow in here. I want it to be up around 20 in there. Kind of like that, not really super yellow. Even go as far as 20, 25. That's pretty nice. That'll be as yellow as we go. So I need to have 5 more textures. 0 is gray. We're in steps of 5, so I'll come right down here to the 0 position, and I'll just type this in at 5. That's our first one. It's just a little bit more yellow. Choose Apply. Let's download this one. Again, I'm logged in now, so the download's not going to have that pop-up window. PNG is great. Choose Save As. We're going to be saving this one as number 1 right here. So it's 0 is our original, 1 is our first colorized version. Same thing, let's go up to Adjustment and Temperature and Tint. Let's make this a 10. Choose Apply and download this one. Save As, and this one is number 2, like that. Okay, same thing, Adjustment, Temperature, Tint. Put this at 15 and Apply. And then that's all correct. And this is going to be number 3. There we go. Choose Save, Adjustment, Temperature, Tint, and this one is at 20, and Apply. And then same thing, Save As. This is number 4. Make that a 4. Choose Save, and then one more time, Adjustment, Temperature, Tint, and this is going to be at 25. Here's our full brown color. And then Save As, and this is going to be number 5. Right there. So we actually end up with 6 total colors in here, just slight variations as they go, which will look real nice on the tower. And choose Save. And that's done. Okay, we're done with making our graphics. Let's now go back over to the desktop. And there we go. So we have the polished andesite 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, with 0 being the original color of this. And of course, here's the actual original one, and we doubled our size. Okay, that's done. Now we can put all of these into our correct folder. So I'll grab this one, hold the Shift key down, come down to here, so we have all 6 of these. I'm just going to drag these in. So drag into Assets, go into here, select those, drag into Minecraft. Let's just select those all again, drag them into Textures, go into Textures, and then go into that block folder right here, drag them in, and there we go. They're all now set to go. That's right where they belong. Okay, let's now back out of here to Minecraft. And we're going to be working on the models in here. Go into Models and into Block. And I need one of these files per texture file. And they're just going to match the texture files. So I'm first going to change the name of this one here. This will be our first one, which was 0, like that. So it's polished andesite 0. That's our first one. Right click and we'll copy right here. Right click and paste. This is our second one. Let's just make this one a 1, change it to a 1. Right click and paste. And it's right here. This one is number 2. Back up over here and number 2. Right click outside here and paste. And then this right here is going to be number 3. Same thing, right click and paste. And let's go into this one. And this one is number 4. And our last one, right click and paste. And here we go. And that one's 5. So I now have 6 of these going from polished andesite 0 up to polished andesite 5. Let's now go inside each one of these and do a real quick little edit adjustment. Now I'll be opening these up in Notepad++. It's my favorite program. You can use other programs. You can use Notepad if you want to, but I found that Notepad++ is perfect for working with these JSON files here inside of Minecraft. It's a free download, no cost to it. I'll put a link for that in the description. So go in here, our 0, and all you have to do is come down here to this line right there that says all, and then has the name, and just put a 0 on that to match that particular block that we're doing. So what this is showing is all textures means all sides of the block. You can do this with showing different sides on different blocks. I'll be doing a later video on how to do that. It's a bit more complex, but we can show the same side on all the blocks, which is what the andesite does anyway. And then right here is where the actual texture file is hiding. So you just need to match the number here to the texture file number. And this one is just 0. So let's just save that, get this out of the way. Do the same thing for these next 5 files. Just come in and add in the correct number and save. And our next one, this one is number 2, and save. Close that down. And this one is number 3, right there. Save and close that down. And then 4, right here. Save, close that down. And the last one is 5. 5 and save and close that down. So that's all we have to do with these JSON files here inside the models. Real easy, as you can see. We're just matching the names and matching the numbers. Let's now go back here to Minecraft. So we have all of our textures. We have our matching models files. And this just really tells which sides get which images. We're doing the same image on all sides. And now for the edit that actually makes this whole thing work. That's inside of blockstates right here. Let's go into blockstates. And that's this file here. Let me just change my view here to large icon. There we go. That's this file. Open this one up. Whenever we place an andesite block, a polished andesite block, this tells Minecraft what to do. It looks for the model right here. So in here, we need to have our model names to match that. So this actually has to be turned into a list. Instead of being like this, we need a list here instead. Now notice that this line right here is inside of these curly brackets. Curly bracket here and a curly bracket right here. To make a list, we have to have square brackets here and here. So I'm going to change this to select that and change it to a square bracket, which is like that. And change this one to a square bracket the other direction. There we go. Now we need to have this one inside of curly brackets. We changed those to squares. We now need to add in curly brackets at the beginning, like that. And I'm just going to tab this over one step, easier to see. And at the end, a curly bracket down here, just like that. Now, if we're adding in more below this, we need to have a comma between each one that we add. So let's put a comma after the end of that one. Okay, so that's our basic layout. We're now going to be doing one of these for each one of our textures. So this is going to be 0 is our first one. Now then copy this, the whole thing right back here to that curly bracket. Right-click and copy. Come back here to the end, do Enter key, and then right-click and paste. This one is number 1. Same thing. And then Control V to paste is faster. And this one is 2. New line. Control V for paste. This one is 3. New line. Control V to paste. This one is 4, new line, Control V, and this one is 5, and that's all of our files in here. Now, after the last one, since there's nothing coming after the last one here, get rid of that last comma. So whenever you have a new line coming in, you have a comma. When there is no additional new line, you stop your comma. So what this does is it makes a list. Again, that's what these square brackets are about. It makes a list, and then Minecraft is going to grab randomly from this list, and each one of these links into the model and the texture for that particular color for the block. So we'll have random coloration in here. And you can come in and add in an attribute, an additional attribute. Model is one attribute. We can add an additional attribute to this, which will then allow us to place a weight, which will show how often a color is used in the blocks. And we'll do that, but first, let's finish off the texture pack here. Let's test this, make sure it works, and then we'll come back and adjust the weight as a second pass on this. Okay, so let's go ahead, we'll save this. There we go, we're done with that. And it's back out here to the pack folder. So that's all set. We have our assets, we have our pack PNG. We need one more file in here to make this work as a pack, and that is the pack.mcmeta file. It used to be included inside the zip file. It no longer is. So to make it easy, I just put this up on my website for you to download. Let me bring that up. And it's right here. I'll put this link in the description, so it's really easy just to come in and download this. Here's the download that you want right here, pack format 13. Now, if you want to just type it up yourself, there's the actual code right there. That's all that is. Now, the current pack format for 119.4 is 13. This is 12, but the number right now is 13. So the one I want to download is this one right there. So I'll click on this. We'll then download this into our working folder. And it's right here. Choose Save. Okay, that's done. Close this down. And here's a zip file. Now I'm just going to right-click on this, and let's open this in a new window. And there's the pack.mcmeta right here. Just drag it over like that, drop it in, and that's good. We can now close this down. You can delete that. You no longer need that. Get rid of that. And here it is. Okay, let's open this up. The pack format is correct in here if you're working in 119.4. All we need to do now is just to change our description right here. And this is going to be custom polished andesite. Choose Save, and that's done. That's all we have to do there. So we can now build our resource pack. Now, I normally zip my packs up. Instead, we're just going to put all these into a folder instead of into a zip. It works the same either way. If you're going to be working on your resource pack, adding more things into it, then just leave it as just a folder. If you're done with it, go ahead and zip it up just to save some space. So we need a new folder here, new folder, and I'll call it random block textures. There we go. And then just like a zip folder, we need to have these three things inside of here. So I'll just drag those and drop them. And that's our resource pack. Let's open this up and take a look. Looks good. Let's just change our view here. There we go. It's all inside. Let's double check everything. Assets, Minecraft. There's our three folders. Inside of blockstates, that's good. Inside of models and block, that's good. Inside of textures and block, and that's good. Okay, that is all set. There's our resource pack. Let's now get this into the game, and for that, I'll bring the launcher back up again. Actually, mine is still sitting in the background. There it is. Bring this up, back to where it says latest release. Click on that folder, and then here, scroll down, and you want the resource packs folder, which is right here. Open this up. I'll put that like that. Let's come back to our working folder. Then just take this folder. I'm going to leave it here just in case, but I'll right drag it over here and copy into my regular resource packs folder right there. And there it is. That's the random block textures. There's the one that I showed you in the test. And here's our new one right here. So this one has the multicolors, and this one has our varying shades of gray and orange. Okay, we have it in the game. Let's now go over into the game, see how that looks. Once we've tested that the pack works, we're then going to come back and we'll make that adjustment and change the frequency of the different textures inside the pack so we can control how often one or the other color shows up. Okay, latest release, click on play. We'll launch Minecraft again here. There we go. Now this is my custom title screen without that scrolling panorama in there. I got tired of that. So if you want to find out how I did this, including changing the button colors, changing the screen back here, changing what that says right here, changing the Minecraft, I have videos for all of those, and I'll put links for those videos in the description. Just go ahead and take a look at that if you want to do all this kind of customization. But now let's come down here to Options, Resource Packs, left-hand side. We want the random block textures. That's the one we just made. Bring that over. There we go. Choose Done. Let this load in, and then Done. Single player. That's my main world right here. And let's see how this looks with our slight variations, and it should look really nice in the game. So there we go. Looks really nice, has nice variation happening in there. A bit more interesting than just the solid gray walls. And it's all made from just that one andesite block. And you can see the variations in here. This one is getting closer to that orange. That's a little bit less. I think that one is the original color right here. A little bit off right here. So just real nice subtle variations adding in a bit more interest into the build right there. Okay, let's say I wanted to control this. I see a lot of this bright orange in here, and it's kind of standing out. If you look at that far tower, it's kind of standing out in there. It's a bit too much, I think. I'm going to tone down how often that particular block shows up. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. And for that, let's go back over to our resource pack. Now we can do this in the one that's actually in the game. But for that, let's just back out of here. And here we go. Here is our resource packs folder right there. App data roaming Minecraft resource packs. That's one that we got to by going through the link over here with that folder. Okay, in here, here's our random block textures. Let's open this up and let's find that one file, assets, Minecraft. It's in the block states. And it's this one right here. Let's open this one up. Here we go. So we have one attribute in here, which is just the model name. I want to add a new attribute onto this. So come down here. After that quotation mark and before that curly bracket, put a comma right there because we're adding something in. Put a space. I'm going to be putting in a new attribute called weight. So quotation mark, weight, and quotation mark again. Put a colon after that and a space. And right here we put in a number. Now if you wanted each one of these different, you can do whatever numbers you want. I'm going to go for a numbering from 1 to 5. Now 0 here, this is the gray color. And then the yellow color is number 5 down here. So I'm going to give the gray color a real high weight of 5. That's good. Let's now copy this bit out, clear to that comma right here. I'll do Control C to copy. Let's come down to our next one. After the quotation mark, paste it in right there. I'm going to change this one to a 4, just a little bit less. Come down to our next one right here, Control V to paste. Leave that one at a 5. Let's come down here to the next one. After the quotation mark, Control V to paste. Here we go. Leave that one at a 5. Our next one down here, this is the almost yellow. Again, after the quotation mark. And I'll set this one to a weight of 3. It's a little less. And our last one is one that's all yellow. all the way. And this gives this one a weight of 1, so it's a lot less. So ones that are 5 will be seen the most, ones that are 4 will be seen a little bit less, ones that's 3 is seen even less, and one that's 1 is seen the least. So we've now added in a frequency of these displaying. And let's just save that, close this down, and we'll go back into the game, go into options and resource packs. We want it to reread this pack, so I'm going to take that pack off and choose done. Back in resource packs, let's bring that one back in again. There we go. Choose done again, and it rereads that pack right there. And done, back to game. And there we go. You can now see that the bright yellow color is less apparent. We have one right down here, but it's a lot less apparent. It's still there, it's still showing up, but it's not quite as overwhelming as it was before. So we're now controlling how often the different textures are showing up by using that weight control in there. We no longer have it down here either. And if you like this video and you want to tell me about that, go ahead and click on that thanks button right below the video and send me a thanks. That really helps out my channel. Make sure you check out my channel for a bunch more Minecraft customizing videos, and I'll see you next time.